Welcome back students to GYANMANJARI VIDYAPITH online education, and in today's revision lecture we are going to revise the lesson from our main textbook Flamingo. We are going to continue this lesson. In last video lecture also we were revising this lesson, and in today's video lecture we will continue this lesson in revision. Okay students, so up to the point we discussed that the Rattrap could find the old man who is very kind-hearted person, and this old man helped the Rattrap a lot. He offered food also and he offered shelter also to the Rattrap. And not only these things, but this old man offered so many things and shared the life of himself with the Rattrap. Even he shared that where actually he keeps his property and the amounts of money where he keeps all these things also he shared with the Rattrap. ये जो ओल्ड मैन होता है उसने रेड से बहुत सारी बातें शेयर की हुई होती है. उसने ये भी उसे बोल दिया होता है कि उसकी कितनी प्रॉपर्टी है और जो अमाउंट है मनी की वो उसने घर में कहाँ पे रखी गई हुई है. सो वो भी वो उसे बता देता है सब कुछ ही. ओके, सो नाउ we are going to proceed further. Okay students, so it is last paragraph here given. You may keep your textbook with you, Flamingo. Okay, so the next paragraph students, the stranger must have seemed incredulous, for the old man got up and went to the window, took down a leather pot which hung on a nail in the very window frame, and picked out 3 wrinkled 10-kroner bills. This he held up before the eyes of his guest, nodding knowingly, and then stuffed them back into the pouch. So here it seems that the old man is very wise person. यहाँ पे ऐसे लग रहा है कि ये जो old man है वो बहुत ही wise person है, बहुत ही अच्छे person है. उसने अपना सारा secret उसके साथ share किया, and then at the last he shared the amount of money also. He shared so many things about regarding property also. उसने सब कुछ ऐसे share कर दिया और फिर वो ऐसे उसे सब कुछ दिखाते हैं और उसका जो की होता है, उसकी जो चाबी होती है उसके सामने उसकी प्लेस पे रख देते हैं. सो हियर नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस दैट नाउ द Rattrap knows everything about the property also, about the amount of money also, and now he knows that where actually the key is about all these things. उसे वो भी पता है कि जो लॉकर है उसका की वहाँ पे कहाँ पे रखा गया है, उसे ये सब भी अच्छे तरीके से पता है. So let's discuss now the next paragraph. The next day, both men got up in good season. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought he should not stay in bed when the head of the house had gotten up. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The man with the Rattrap said goodbye and thank you, and thereupon each went his own way. And the next day it so happens that first of all that old man woke up, and afterwards this Rattrap, he also woke up. He thought that actually is the old man is the owner of this house. वो जो इंसान है, वो जो ओल्ड मैन है, वो इस हाउस का ऑनर है, और जो ऑनर ही खुद नहीं सो रहे हैं, वो जब जाग चुके हैं, then he should not sleep. He thought like this, and he also woke up. And afterwards they both went away and left the place, and now the ways are different for both these people. वो दोनों वहाँ से आगे जा रहे हैं, और अभी जो दोनों लोग हैं, जो ओल्ड मैन है और ये जो Rattrap है, वो दोनों की राहें अभी अलग हो जाती है. So now let's discuss the next paragraph. In this next paragraph, students will discuss that the Rattrap will again arrive at the same place at the house of the old man. ये जो Rattrap है वो फिर से यहाँ पे old man का जो house है वहाँ पे फिर से आके खड़ा रह जाता है. He didn't try to get in, however. He only went up to the window, smashed a pan stuck in his hand, and got hold the pouch with the 30 kroner. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. इसके बाद में ये से होता है कि ये जो रेड ट्रैपर होता है, then he could come to know that actually where is the amount of money has been docketed. He knows about this well, and he also knows about the key, that where is actually key of this where actually the money has been located. So actually he didn't try to enter the house. उसने ऐसे तरीके से डोर से घुसने की, डोर पे जाने की ऐसे कोशिश नहीं की, but he tried to go with the way of door, with the way of window rather we can say. उसने ये जो है विंडो है उसके थ्रू उसने वहाँ पे जाने की कोशिश की होती है और वहाँ से वो जाने की ऐसे पसंद करता है. And then he does the things that actually he collects the amount of money, he steals all these things, and this amount of money he keeps in his pocket. वो जो मनी होता है उसने चुरा लिया होता है और वो अपने पॉकेट में उसे रख देता है और वहाँ से वो निकल जाता है. Next paragraph. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. He realized, of course, that at first he dared not continue on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. During the first hours, these caused him no difficulty. Later in the day, it became worse, for it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into. Now, it so happens he has now already stolen the amount of money. उसने बहुत सारे पैसे ऐसे हैं जिससे उसने ऑलरेडी चुरा लिया है. सो वो कैसे, अभी उसने ऐसे सोचा है कि अभी मेन रोड से जाना उसके लिए ठीक नहीं हो रहा है, इसलिए वो फॉरेस्ट का वे जो है उसे वो चूज़ करता है. एंड देन ही कुड फील दैट एक्चुअली नाउ दिस फॉरेस्ट इज़ वेरी मच कन्फ्यूजिंग. उसे ऐसे फील होता है कि ये जो फॉरेस्ट है वो बहुत ही कन्फ्यूजिंग होता है. पहले तो उसे इतना कोई डिफ़िकल्टी नहीं होता है उसके साथ, पर जैसे जैसे टाइम ऐसे क्रॉस होता जा रहा है ही फील्स सो मैनी डिफ़िकल्टीज दैट एक्चुअली दिस फॉरेस्ट इज़ दैट मच कन्फ्यूजिंग. सो इट बिकम्स मोर एंड मोर वर्स for him, for the red trapper. He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood, and finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. All at once he recalled his thoughts about the world and the Rattrap. Now his own turn had come. He had let himself be fooled by a bet and had been caught. The whole forest with its trunks and branches, its sickles and fallen logs, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison from which he could never escape. Actually, he entered this forest, but he could not realize that actually this forest will ultimately be the kind of red trap for him. वो इस फॉरेस्ट में एंटर तो हो जाता है, पर वो ऐसे सोच ही नहीं पा रहा है कि अल्टीमेटली ये जो फॉरेस्ट है वो ही उसके लिए एक रेड ट्रैप बन जाएगा. सो क्या होता है कि जब वो ऐसे वॉक करता है, ऐसे सभी फॉरेस्ट का सब एरिया को वो क्रॉस करने की ट्राई कर रहा है, देन उसे रियलाइज़ होता है कि एक्चुअली वो अगेन एंड अगेन सेम जगह पे ही घूम रहा है उसमें से, और यहाँ पे वो सेम जगह पे ही आके अटक रहा है. सो अल्टीमेटली यू कुड रियलाइज दैट he will not be able to escape from this place, he will not be able to leave this place. So ultimately he realizes that actually this way is very much confusing and there is no other way, and maybe this is the forest and this is the kind of red trap for him, because he doesn't know where to exit, that's why. Okay students, so now the next paragraph we are going to discuss. It was late in December. Darkness was already descending over the forest. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom and despair. Finally, we saw no way out, and he sank down on the ground, tired and dead, thinking that his last moment had come. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. There was no doubt as to what that was. He raised himself Those are the hammer strokes from an iron mill. He thought there must be people nearby. He summoned all his strength, got up and slipped in the direction of the sound. Actually, now he is totally confused about the way, about the forest, where to go, where to exit. Now he doesn't know anything what to do. So he is totally confused and is very much tired, and that's why he feels that now the time of death is near. उसे ऐसे लग रहा है कि अभी उसकी डेथ का जो टाइम है वो बहुत ही उसके पास में है, बहुत ही उसके नज़दीक में है, क्योंकि वो कुछ भी करने के लिए अभी एबल नहीं रहा है और वो बहुत ही टायर्ड हो चुका है और उसे अपना इसके लिए कोई वे भी नहीं मिल पा रहा है। और फिर जब भी वो ऐसे हेड को ऐसे डाउन करके बैठा हुआ होता है, देन ही कुड listen, then he could realize that kind of voice, that kind of sound, and then he could realize that oh, that's the sound surrounding area from the iron mill. उसे ऐसे realize होता है कि ये जो sound है वो किसी iron mill का sound लग रहा है, and then he could feel relief inside his mind. उसे एक relief feel होता है क्योंकि उसे ऐसे लगता है कि यहाँ पे कोई human beings रह रहे हैं, यहाँ पे कोई एरिया में कोई सोसाइटी हो सकता है या फिर कोई people he is able to find now. Then this thing he realizes, उसे ऐसे लगता है कि कोई तो है यहाँ पे आस-पास पे जहाँ पे किसी की वो हेल्प यहाँ पे ले सकता है, and that's why he becomes very much happy. The Ramistu iron works, which are now closed up, were not so long ago a large plant with smelter, rolling mill and forge. In the summertime, long lines of heavily loaded barrels and scores slid down the canal, which led to a large inland lake. And in the winter time, the roads near the mill were black from all the coal dust which sifted down from the big charcoal crafts. It is discussed here, it is mentioned here about that iron mill. इसकी जो आयरन मिल की जो बात थी उसकी बात यहाँ पे की गई है, उसके बाद यहाँ पे मेंशन की गई है. स्टूडेंट्स, अप टू दिस पोर्शन only this characters are here. The first one is the red trapper and the old man. Okay, so now in this lesson the story will develop and some major characters will appear, and these characters will be performing very important role, very significant role in the life of this red trapper. Students, the moral of this lesson, we can say, we can learn from this lesson that through our better behavior, through our wise behavior, we can change the mentality of very deceived person, very foolish person also, and very cunning person also. अगर हम अपना बिहेवियर अच्छा रखता है, अगर लोग अच्छे नहीं हैं, अगर कोई हमारे साथ अच्छा बिहेवियर नहीं कर पा रहा है, अगर कोई हमारे साथ चीटिंग कर रहा है, तो फिर भी अगर हम उसके साथ अच्छा बिहेवियर करते हैं, तो यहाँ पे ये मेंशन किया गया है कि हम अपने अच्छे बिहेवियर की हेल्प से लोगों के मेंटालिटी को अच्छे तरीके से चेंज कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज अबाउट दिस लेसन. इन दिस लेसन टू main characters, other characters also will be there. The daughter, the leading character, that also will be there, and the Iron Man, that also will be there. So students, this is about this lesson. Okay, so your today's homework is you have to write down the question answers of read inside the portion that we discussed today. उसके जो question answers है वो अभी आपको यहाँ पे write करना है. Yeah, this one. Think as you read. This question answers you have to write down in your notebook. Okay, 6 questions are there total, and you have to learn this question answers. Okay, students, suppose you find difficulty, then you are free to ask me about this. Okay, take care of your health, students, and thank you. Have a nice day.